Dear colleagues, we continue our working day, and now the floor is given to Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk. Good afternoon, everyone. Now the information about the events that happened in the ATO area during the last 24 hours. In Lugansk area yesterday, there were two 20-minute enemy shelling. In the evening, the enemy violated ceasefire in Voluiske and Oleksandrivka, but didn't use heavy weapons. The Donetsk area. Yesterday, military actions in Avdiivka continued and lasted for about 10 hours. And the heaviest shellings were in the morning and during the second part of the day. And after 7 p.m., the situation was calmer. The enemy stopped using heavy weapons and provided sporadic fire with small arms and including sniper rifles. And in the region of Avdiivka, the enemy launched 120 mines and more than 50 tank shells. And in other areas, the situation didn't change much. And in Svetlodarsk Bulge near Gorlovka, and especially in the region of the Donetsk airport, this is Shakhta Butivka position, Pisky part of front line, mortar shellings continued delivered by the enemy. It was noting that the intensity of fire was 10 times less, but there are no calm places at the front line. And during the last 24 hours in Donetsk area, there were 24 enemy shelling, including 12 with the use of heavy weapons. The Mariupol area, in the coastline area, there was one mortar shelling delivered by the enemy in Lebedenska. For the rest of the day, the enemy didn't use heavy weapons, but intensively delivered fire from grenade launchers, small arms, and weaponry of armored vehicles. In Novotroitsk, the enemy also used mortars. Right after midnight, the enemy launched at our positions more than 20 mines. And in the Mariinsky region, it was calm yesterday. On the whole, in the Mariupol area, there were 36 enemy shelling, 2 with the use of heavy weapons. During the last 24 hours, as a result of the military actions, 1 Ukrainian serviceman was killed, 1 was wounded. And the fact of death of the serviceman who died yesterday was confirmed. He went missing several days ago, and all these losses were in Avdiivka. And in one of the rear hospitals, a serviceman died who was heavily wounded in Zaitseva on the 16th of February. Our hearts go out to the relatives of those who died. Now information about training. Servicemen of National Guard in Vinnytska Oblast had some planned firing exercises in the ATO area. And before they had safety instructions, fire was delivered from different positions, and these exercises, they are having these exercises to keep their battle readiness. Today, the President of Ukraine awarded posthumously Vasily Slipak a title of the Hero of Ukraine and the Order of Golden Star. He is world-famous opera singer who took part in the Revolution of Dignity and was the participant of ATO. He was a brilliant performer, and he performed Mephistopheles in Paris and got the nickname of Myth. And Vasily Stepak at the front line was the symbol of intelligent, talented, and successful Ukrainian who left everything to defend the state. And on the 29th of June 2016, he was killed in the Svetlodarsk Bulge in the course of a counter-offensive of Ukrainian forces. The question about the wounded, the woman was wounded somewhere. I don't have such an information. So you should address to local government. On the whole, As of this moment, in the ATO area, there is de-escalation, and at noon we fixed 15 enemy shellings, but heavy weapons was not used by the enemy. Thank you, Colonel. This is the end of press briefing. Thank you.
Шановні колеги, наступна подія о 16-й рівно.